Now, we are about to see in our economy, we're going to see the K-shaped economy, as they say, where the upper line of the K, that's going to be people who know how to use technology, and they will be abundant. They will live in that abundance era that Elon Musk is describing. If you know how to augment your intelligence, your business ideas, your entrepreneurship, your skill set, your interest using AI, you're going to do very, very well. The lower leg of that K-shaped economy is going to be the people who got left behind, the people who have very few skills that are obsolete. Those people are going to lose their jobs by the tens of millions in America over the next few years. Even worse, Alex, on the Eastern power grid, which powers 13 states, they have raised the power rates for the people in order to subsidize the power grid infrastructure build out for the data centers.
They are gouging humans to give basically free power to AI for the data centers.
Humans are going to be de-emphasized in the economy. Humans are going to be taxed to build the AI infrastructure, and then humans are going to be exterminated as soon as the AI.
So humans are going to level up, come together, and unify, or we're done. This is going to make us greater, though. I've been on air 31 years, and because I was young and engaged in every system I could get on, access TV, talk radio, the internet, right when it started going mainstream in the mid-90s, I was able to be educated by the G. Edward Griffins and the Ted Gundersons and the experts, thousands of them, all of these incredible people who had to go to conferences and write books and newsletters and maybe get on a show here or there. I just showed up at the right time and had the base understanding from my family that was informed about this. John Birch Society type folks. And so I've 31 years of deep education by doing this every day. And I remember them all predicting the globalist plan, the Cloward and Piven, the communist uprisings, everything, the viral releases they would use for control. Decades before they put out Operation Lockstep, all these experts, General Stubblebine, the former head of the Army Special Forces, his wife, the doctor to world leaders, just thousands of these people. The Anthony Suttons, the head archivist for the Senate, and the Frank Church committees. I talked to him all the time on the phone. He would never come on because he was in a nursing home, but he was still super smart. Oh, I'm too old, I won't come on, but here, do this, do that. All of them. So I represent a brain trust, and so do all our guests. But now we're not where we were warning of it all. We're now, everything we predicted is here, but we're not caught completely flat-footed to deal with it. And so now the real war starts. Everything else has been a beta. Everything else has been a prelude. And you don't have to listen to me to know. You turn on the news, that we roll the B-roll at the stock market. They've got this reporter that they put on every channel every night for 2 months, Andrew Ross Sorkin, 1929, we're crashing, it's all over, the AI bubble's over, it's all going down, run for the hills, it's all Trump's fault. So do they crash it ahead of the Supreme Court overriding Trump's tariffs and say he's Herbert Hoover, or do they do it after? Or can we stop it? Trump's up there cheerleading for the economy. He's so far held them off.
Yeah, we're supposed to get that Supreme Court decision this week.
But I've been wanting to get Mike Adams on for 3 weeks on other subjects. He was able to come on now about this. And literally the producer came in and said, well, here's the news. He wants to cover this topic before I'd even told him what the topic was. Before I told the crew today, a couple hours for the show, they're like, oh, his topic is crash. Well, you can see this is peaked. So we're at a extreme historic crossroads. A lot of people go, I don't care, I'm not in the stock market. You have no idea what this is going to mean if you say that. Naturalnews.com, the Health Ranger, well-known writer, and of course runs a major scientific testing facility of food and drug products. Good friend of mine, been interviewing him for, gosh, got to be 18, 19 years. Mike Adams, AI workforce replacement is accelerating. Mass job losses 25 will trigger consumer debt defaults of 18 trillion. Leading institutions will collapse, requiring a massive 2027 bailout. Multi-trillion-dollar bailout will devalue the dollar, causing inflation. Social unrest will grow from mass unemployment. Trump administration will implement UBI with CBDC tracking and biometric surveillance. Boy, I hope this isn't true, but he's got a great track record. But currently, I want to look at what's about to happen, who the different power structures are. Also want to get into the so-called right-wing civil war with Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes on one side and the Zionists on the other. Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, great to have you here, my friend. What a time to be alive. We are now entering the point of no return, the event horizon.
No kidding, Alex. Hey, it's an honor to join you today. Thanks for having me on. And one of the reasons I haven't been available for the last 2 years is because I've been deeply involved in AI development. Our engine is, it's free, it's non-commercial, by the way. It's the only engine in the world that's trained on 24 years of InfoWars shows, by the way. Along
that's a whole other show. I wanted you on about your AI. When I was out of town, you came on the show. So let's get to the AI now. Let's talk about AI and where that's going then. Let's just start there. And your AI model.
It's all related. It's the same topic. So here's what I learned. And by the way, if people want to use our AI, again, it's free, it's non-commercial, it's at brighteon.ai. You can download it, and I encourage you to download it, run it locally so nobody can censor it, nobody can take it away, and you have complete privacy. No one's surveilling you, okay?
And it's called
Alex,
Enoch?
The current version is Enoch. It's at brighteon.ai. It's going to have a different name next year. But if you
That's a cool name for AI, though, Enoch.
Yeah. Well, it's about the lost information that's been covered up. And we have the only engine that will tell the truth about 9/11, about vaccines, about you and InfoWars, and all of U.S. history, the history of false flags, you name it. We've got it nailed down, and it's a free, downloadable, non-commercial download you can run locally on laptop, and we've even got a company that's running them on phones. You can have it on a phone.
So we're entering the AI wars. We're entering the AI war zone for AI supremacy.
Absolutely. And this represents decentralization of knowledge. You no longer need Wikipedia, which has always been a joke. Grokkipedia is so much better, by the way. You no longer need Google search for most things. You can get the truth through decentralized AI engines like what we've built. But it took us 2 years, Alex, and it took us a couple of $1 million because we had to overcome all of the pro-pharma bias, the vaccine bias, the WEF bias that's built into every major big tech engine. And we failed about 50 times, and we were 6 months late, but we finally made it happen. So that's
incredible. I want to say this about you, though. I'm not kissing your ass. It's true. My superpower is that I have generalist knowledge over a wide spectrum, but not as much as you in many areas, where you have not just widespread, but deep knowledge in many areas, but widespread everywhere else. That's what's missing, is most people don't have widespread knowledge. That's why I respect what you're doing. So when you say something, because I know so much, I know you're not BSing.
That's right. That's right. Well, and we've launched these free of charge, so everybody can use it themselves. But here's why this matters. In the process of building our AI engine, I worked with a lot of AI frontier developers, and I became close associates with a number of people who are working on cutting edge AI. And what I witnessed, Alex, is not known by the public. What I have witnessed is essentially that AGI already exists in the labs. And by AGI, it's hard to define, but it means that an AI system can take over fundamentally any human task that an educated adult human could carry out themselves.
Yeah, let me stop you there.
Yeah, did you hear that? Any task that a human could do, any adult educated human could do, that's freaking scary. And I use it. Have you seen what they've been doing with this video generation? It's absolutely exploding. It is unrecognizable from reality. And in 12 months' time, you will not be able to tell without sophisticated software whether an image is AI generated or not. You won't be.
I say I want to rub it. I was told 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago in meetings with top tech billionaires, and it's off-record meetings, I'll leave there. They said, listen, there's way more advanced versions of AI. What you're being given is just testing to entice the public with images and videos, that it's way, can you speak to how far is AI really, like if we're in the year 2025, how far out is it really?
Well, to put it this way, 10 years ago, most data scientists thought that AGI would not be achieved until the year 2045 or 2050. And I'm telling you that it exists right now in 2025. And it's just not rolled out yet. In other words, AI cognition has already achieved AGI levels, but it's not evenly distributed. And what that means, and this is why I sent the notes over for today's show, what that means is that beginning next year, and actually it's already started this year with Amazon layoffs and so on, we are going to see millions of Americans displaced from their jobs by agentic AI that will take over everything that you can do with what we call a KVM, keyboard, video, and mouse. So almost any human worker sitting at a desk that does almost anything with a computer, a keyboard, and a mouse will be replaced by agentic AI in the years ahead. The easier jobs will be replaced next year, and that's going to be about 80% of customer service and pre-sales support jobs. The translation and interpretation industry will be 100% replaced by AI. That has already begun. Middle managers, planners, decision makers who carry out administrative tasks in companies, that will see about a 60% replacement over the next 18
and this is going to
months or 2
destroy
years.
Hundreds of thousands of years of human development and civilization.
Well, that's an interesting discussion. There's a silver lining and there's a dark side, both at the same time. The silver lining is if you understand how to use AI to augment your intelligence and your skill set, and there are specific ways to do that, then you can up your game and you can actually create amazing abundance during this time. But
And
if
that's
you
where I was
deny
going next.
what's
I'm going to stop you. I want to support Musk. I think overall he's been a positive force. He just won his $1 trillion deal, first trillionaire in the court case. But he was on Joe last Friday, and he's like, well, I'll play the clip. He's like, well, AI will give you what you want, and your phone will just be the platform for it, and you'll have AI on your phone. Well, that's a total capitulation. And I'm sick of AI. The videos make me sick. I have an allergic response to it. We don't have to give ourselves over to it. Sure, it can be used as a tool for what we want, but when we hear that AI is in the driver's seat of what we want and we're just supposed to capitulate, it's all over, I think that's very dangerous. Here's Elon Musk.
Be an edge node for AI inference, for AI video inference, with some radios to obviously connect to, but essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone, and generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want. And I think that there won't be operating systems, there won't be apps. In the future, there won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be, you've got a device that is there for the screen and audio and for and to put as much AI on the device as possible, so as to minimize the amount of bandwidth that's needed between your edge node device, formerly known as a phone, and the servers.
So if there's no apps, what will people use? Like, will X still exist? Will they be email platforms, or will you get everything through AI?
You'll get everything through AI.
Everything through AI. What will be the benefit of that, as opposed to having individual apps?
Whatever you can think of, or really whatever the AI can anticipate you might want, it'll show you. That's my prediction for where things end up.
What kind of time frame are we talking about here?
I don't know. It's probably 5 or 6 years, something like that.
So 5 or 6 years, apps are like Blockbuster Video,
Pretty much.
and everything's run through AI.
Yeah, and there'll be most of what people consume in 5 or 6 years, maybe sooner than that, will be just AI generated content. So music, videos.
There's a lot to unpack there. I'm going to try to shut up now and give him to Mike Adams. I want to invite him back for a longer interview, but just this alone, notice all the new cars coming out.
Yeah, this is terribly concerning. I mean, what else can you say? And you look at the people think it's so far in the future that they don't have to worry about it, but it's actually right here at our doorstep, and we do have to worry about it. I mean, even content creation, if everything's going to be generated, I mean, you better have a brand. You better have a strong brand. And even then, I don't know if you're protected as far as from a business perspective. Let's continue.
Don't have handles, don't have keys, it's all about you're being removed, you're being enslaved. It's being done by design. for control, and oh, you'll have AI content, really not human content, not AI giving you human content. You'll have this, and it's all about what AI do you have. It's all about diversification of AI now. Instead of apps where you choose where you want to go, it's taking full control, and you're given this menu, and it says it's giving you what you want. This is beyond Mark of the Beast. This is Satan. Mike Adams, you got the floor.
Okay, so Elon Musk is doing a great job tracking the trends, and I think he's fundamentally correct about what he says there. Your comment, however, needs an additional layer, which is that what you're describing is default mode. So people can allow AI to control their attention through default mode ingestion selection of content that would be run by whatever corporation or globalist entity is behind that system. However, AI gives us the potential to control and to basically determine the stack of content that we're ingesting through our attention windows. And that's by prompting AI and giving it directions and using agentic AI to control, that you control the ingestion of content. What do you want to learn? AI will be able to write entire books. In fact, I'm launching a site that will write any book that you want in minutes, and you can download it for free. I mean, and that's just the beginning. You'll be able to generate audiobooks, movies. Hollywood is done. Hollywood's done, Alex. It's done. The book publishing industry as we know it will be obsolete. And Elon's actually speaking to that, and he's correct. Podcasts will be automatically generated according to what you want, okay? Now, there will always be a place for people like you and I that have strong human opinions and wisdom and experience in order to offer additional facts and perspectives on what's happening in the world.
You're talking about original thought leader generators. Everything will be about generators.
That's right. That's right. But what the future is going to be for people like you and InfoWars is that you will do a 30-minute segment, let's say, and then that 30-minute segment will be almost instantly generated into a book, a podcast, an interview, a PDF. It'll be generated into multiple formats, a docuseries, a PowerPoint, and then the person who wants to ingest your knowledge and your
AI
wisdom
will take a 30-minute show and then back up everything I said.
In every format.
Because what I'm saying is true, it's going to go grab it.
Well, absolutely.
Because it's key. If the source is true, it'll be able to grab all the sources.
AI will make your show much stronger because it will back up what you're saying. Because the human delusion that has been used for all these decades to try to destroy InfoWars, that delusion goes away when you have cognitive assistance right next to you through decentralized GPUs, where you can actually pull in the information that supports what you're saying, or the listener can. But what I'm mentioning here, Alex, is that the attention, the human attention is going to be the most valuable asset for decades to come, human attention. And each person that is a consumer of knowledge will be able to determine how that attention is focused. And only idiots will put it on default mode. Idiots. Smart.
So you hear that. Only idiots. Unfortunately, we have a lot of idiots, and I think it'll revert back to that. You see society, how it is right now. There's enough idiots in society that it's ruining it for the rest of us. Even though it might be a minority of people, it's still a large enough piece of the population where it's not looking good, and we can see where the arrow is pointing. Do we really believe that people are going to learn a new skill sets? No, they're going to go into default mode. So I don't know. This is a conversation that I thought was really interesting, concerning, but you're not going to get anywhere in life by just digging your head in the sand and hoping for the best. So I wanted to put this out there and do a short response to it. People need to pay attention to this. It's only the beginning. It's coming quicker than we would like or previously anticipated, and we got to get ahead of it. So take this conversation for what you will, but both these guys are smart guys, and they're Alex is usually out there at the forefront of like what's really going on in society. So I wanted to do a quick reaction to this, but anyway. If you liked this video, if you thought it was interesting, drop a like or a comment. But until then, I will see you boys on the next video.